So when I do build videos, I try to make it very short and sweet. We'll add gameplay videos later, so if you want to check out the gameplay, subscribe to the YouTube. Check out the Mag Necro gameplay in the future. So first off the bat, Atronach Mundustone, Witch Mother's Brew. Let's see, so we're gonna go over character sheet, the gear, champion points. So for the gear, I've got Necropotence, all impin. Necropotence on the body. Then I have Lich Jewelry and Sword and Board on the back bar. Right now it's empowered. Excuse me, it's powered, but I'm gonna switch it to defending. Impin is good, you want impin. And as far as traits go on the jewelry, I got all protective. 2 recovery, 1 spell damage, it's up to you. I like the way this feels though. Front bar, we have the Master Lightning Staff. Some of you guys are going to be watching this and saying, Sage, why not Inferno? When I get to the skills, I'll explain why a Lightning's better. And then lastly, 2-piece Pirate Skeleton. So if you can make both of these impin, go all impin. Alright, eventually I will make it impin. This is a 5-1-1 build. I don't have 5-1-1 right now. That's only because I need to just spin some keys, but try to get 1 heavy, 1 medium piece for these 2. Alright, skills. Let's start with the back bar. So resistant flesh. You want the morph that gives you more resistances. Harness Magicka. Expunge and Modify. So these 2 moves synergize really well together. You're going to give yourself an instant heal with this, and then you're going to also give yourself a debuff. It's going to let you use this move, so you're going to get some resources back from using that. Also, that nice passive reduces the cost of all your abilities by 3%. That's nice. Moving on, Beckoning Armor. That's basically your major ward. You're going to want that. If you're not rocking Chuden, which I'm not, you're going to want this move. And then Race Against Time. This is like so important to the build. When you guys see the gameplay and how I use it, I'm using this move like every 4 seconds. This move just recently got changed. It's got a snare removal now. It's got movement speed, and it's got crit damage. So you could either use this, or you could use Elusive Miss if you want to go Vampire, but you need some kind of snare removal. One of the weaknesses of a Necro is that it's slow. Gotta make him fast somehow. Or she. Back bar ultimate, I've got the Bone Goliath transformation. This ultimate's a little bit costly. It's a little bit too costly for a back bar ultimate. So whenever I get Sigic Order grinded all the way, I'm going to be using Undo. Okay, or you could use the Sword and Board ultimate. That's actually pretty cheap, 131. If you're going to be using the Sword and Board like I am, also viable. Front bar, Ellie Weapon. So Ellie Weapon is kind of a necessity. Found that out today playing some Battlegrounds. The class spammable just isn't quite there. Ricochet Skull. Elemental Weapon definitely performing better. Obviously Blast Bones, Magicka Morph, one of their main abilities. Clinch, Spirit Guardian. I'm going with Spirit Guardian. I know some of you guys are going to wonder, Spirit Guardian, or should you go with the damage pet? Where is it? Here we go. Skeletal Arcanist. Skeletal Arcanist, it's nice, but it doesn't always attack your target that you're focusing on. So you might as well get that guaranteed damage mitigation. 10%. It's a good way to go. Alright, so this skill right here is probably a flex spot for you guys. While slotted, your damage taken is reduced by 3%. This is what I have right now only because I haven't unlocked the last ability. Look at that. I have. Never mind. This is the ability I've been waiting for. Restoring Tether. It's a really good skill. You're going to lose ultimate gain, but that's okay. This ability gives you a lot of health back. It gives you stand back. I don't know if I'm going to need that. But I like the amount of health that it gives you. So that's why I got it. I'm going to test it between this one and the one I just replaced. And then finally we got Glacial Colossus. So why do you go Lightning Staff? Blast Bones. Let me read that out. Skeleton runs after the target and explodes. When it gets close to them, dealing 11.3k flame damage to all enemies nearby. That's AoE. Your ultimate, which gives major vulnerability, by the way, hits like a truck. It's also AoE damage. Your Lightning Staff is going to buff up both of these moves. Okay, so that's why I go Lightning over Inferno. There's the skills. Let's go over to the champion points and finish it up. I've got 51 into Spell Erosion. I'm not max EP yet. I'm like 670-ish. Okay, so go ahead and like put your points where you think is best. I'm just going to show you where I have mine. 56 in Elemental Expert. 40 Elfborn. 15 Blessed. Just to buff up that instant heal. 56 Master at Arms. That's going to buff up Blast Bones. It's also going to buff up LD Weapon. And it's going to buff up Clench. I don't have any into Thaumaturge. Really, I mean, the only dot damage we have is from Clinch. Not worth it to me. 20 Spell Shield, 40 Ironclad, 39 Resistant, 43 Elemental Defender, 43 Hardy, 34 Thickskin. You really just want that 120 Unchained. And then lastly, Green Tree, 40 Warlord, 64 Arcanus, 56 Tenacity, 51 Tumbling just in case, 8 Shadow Ward. I think I'm going to switch this out actually though. Because we have Race Against Time, because we can use magic to get out of roots, we don't have to roll dodge. Not nearly as much anymore. Not like we used to. You can just use Race Against Time and you're good to go. So I'm going to reduce block cost. Okay, so there you go. There's the build. So far we've only done Battlegrounds, tested it. It's really fun. Works. It's great. Next step is Cyrodiil. So if you like the build, if you're interested in the build, subscribe and look out for the next gameplay video. Boom. All right, I'll go ahead back and take that out of Twitch. So if you guys are looking for that as a reference later in the future, I'm going to put that on YouTube before I go to bed. But I am going to go to bed, guys. GG, though. It's been fun. Mag Necro is fun. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. And if they do tell you otherwise, tell them to watch this stream.